minute of silence again. As I play my role on the stage of this world drama, scene after scene after scene. Situations may not be my way always. People may not be my way always. I am a peaceful being. I respond with the energy of understanding, patience, and acceptance. I understand they are different from me. I accept the difference. I respond with acceptance and respect. And as I choose this response, I shift the world. From strife to peace. My every response is influencing the world energy. I am the creator of this world. Om Shanti. We all accepted that we want to see a shift in the world. And we all accepted that we are ready to take the responsibility to create the shift. And that responsibility lies in the way I respond to every scene daily. Like a simple scene, which we just spoke about, a traffic jam. We cannot even call it a situation of life. It's one of the normal, common scenes that we cross. We may not be able to change the scene. We may not be able to control the scene. But we have a choice how to respond in that scene. And my response is in how I think about it, how I feel about it, and then what I say and how I behave. 4 levels of response. How I think about it, what I feel about it, what I say about it, and how I behave. And each time I respond, I'm radiating energy into the world. I am radiating energy into the world. Like this hole, we are, I think, 2,000 or 3,000 minds right now in this hole. So if someone had to come and check the energy of this whole right now, what would be the energy of the whole? The energy of the whole will be the total of the 3,000 minds in this whole. Now, if we, the 3,000 minds, believe that worry is normal, stress is normal, and that's what we are carrying in our energy field, then if someone had to walk in with technology to check the energy field of the whole, what would the energy field of the whole be? What would be the energy field of the whole? Peace? Peace? No. Happiness? No. What would it be? It's total of 3,000 minds. So my mind is not just my mind is one of those 3,000 minds which creates the energy of this whole. And when I'm creating my every thought and feeling, I will need to remind myself, it's not just about me. This is what is radiating into this whole. And I'm not just causing pain to myself. I'm lowering the vibration of this whole. And tomorrow morning when I'm listening to the world news and I hear or watch that someone somewhere in some corner of the world has done a karma which we believe is incorrect, whether it was violence, whether it was terror, we just sit back and say, how could they do this? We never say, I have also contributed to what has happened here. Just visualize this and we'll understand how to shift the world. If right now the energy of this whole is stress and strife and pain, it's vibrating at a very low frequency. And if someone had to walk in with a little emotional baggage, and a brother at the door says, sorry, you can't go in, program has already started. It's a situation for him. It's a stimulus. Collective energy of the whole vibrating at a low frequency, guest walking in, troubled mind, situation not pleasant, not allowed to walk in. How do you think he would respond? How would he respond when he's not allowed to enter the hall? How would his response be? Hanji? How would his response be? Anger. And even after getting angry, if he's not allowed to come in spite of his anger and aggression, he's still not allowed to come in. In fact, there are 3 people to stop him at the door. How would his response be? Do you think he can use abusive language after that? Yes? Is there a chance of him doing that? And if he's still not allowed to enter into the hall, do you think he can do something more than that? Yes? Can you visualize this scene? Let's see. Suppose now we meditate like we did now, and all of us have just cleaned our emotional baggage, and right now we are at a very peaceful vibration. So what would be the energy of the whole? Calm, ease, peace. The collective energy of the whole is peace. Walks in somebody with a troubled mind, not allowed to enter, but the energy of the whole is peace. How would his response be? Could there be a change? Could there be a change? How many of you believe that there can be a change if there is a change in the whole? Yes? And do you think he can be a one bit more understanding than what he was in the earlier option? Yes? And do you think he could be one bit softer than what he was in the earlier option? Yes. And who brought about that one bit shift in him? Who brought about that one bit shift in him? Because he was the same, his mind state was the same, the stimulus of him not being allowed to enter the hall was the same. Then who brought about that one bit shift in him? Raise your hands, those who feel, I contributed towards the shift in him. And when I did that, I contributed towards eradicating violence from this hall. I contributed. I contributed towards eradicating abusive language from this hall. I contributed. But when I was at a lower frequency, I contributed towards creating violence in this hall. Now, one shift in me is changing the energy of the whole. The energy of the whole is influencing the people who are troubled, and they are shifting from violence to one bit peace. Tomorrow, a little more peace. Day after, a little more. We are contributing. Can we eradicate terror from the world? Can we eradicate terror from the world? Can we eradicate war from this world? Can we eradicate abuse from this world? Can we eradicate greed and corruption from this world? Can we? It's the same as this whole. If we create a change in the energy of the whole, few who are troubled will get influenced by the energy of the whole, and they will shift. Terror in the world is triggered by terror in our minds. So I may not be a part of creating physical terror in the world, but I have to ask myself, am I a part of creating terror in my mind? Any of us creating terror in our minds? Anyone here creates terror in their minds? No one. I create. Anyone else creates terror in their mind? Terror means hitting myself with every wrong thought. Even as simple as I walked up to sister, I smiled at her, she just turned away. Simple situation. I hit myself after that. How could she do this to me? I've always been nice to her, and is this what she does to me? And that too in public. She insulted me, she disrespected me, she walked away. I hate her. Thought after thought after thought after thought. And then I create another series of thought. Tomorrow again I'm going to meet her at the meeting tomorrow in office. What if she does that again in front of everybody? What will everyone think of me? Nobody else will respect me. Do we create thoughts like this? Do we create thoughts like this? Yes. And who's hitting me? So who's creating the terror for me? Who's responsible for my fear of tomorrow? Me, myself. I am terrorizing myself with my every thought. And when I'm doing that, I hold her responsible and I say, she is the cause of what I'm feeling here. And I continue to create the same terror. And while I'm creating that thought of fear and terror, I completely avoid my responsibility that I'm also radiating that terror into this room, out into the world, and I am contributing towards terror in words, terror in behavior, not just terror in thoughts. Now, to change the world, please ask yourself if you're ready to do this, to shift the world to peace. When she ignores me, can I create a thought of peace? Can I create a thought of peace? Yes. And what would that thought be? What can that thought be? What options do I have? What can that thought be? Option? What can my thought be? Hanji? Send her good vibrations. Yes, I have to send her good vibrations. So what's that thought going to be which will send her good vibrations? What should I think? Because every situation demands a response. We are thinking always. Even while we are sleeping, we are thinking. There is no time when this stops. It can only slow down in deep sleep, but we don't stop thinking, which means we are responding to every scene life has to offer. She just ignored me. Please help me to create a nice thought. We all know that we have to send the positive thoughts, but today we're going to be very clear what that positive thought is going to be, so that tomorrow if that scene comes before me, my thought is ready. I'm not going to spend so much time in thinking, because when I take so much time to think, my other thoughts are already ready. So I'm not giving my mind that gap to allow my old thoughts to pop up on the screen of my mind. So I want my new thoughts ready for tomorrow. She ignores me. What can my thought be? She must be busy. Good. One thought of understanding. Higher vibration. Very sweet. I know she loves me. I know she loves me, but maybe she had something else to do right now. Look at the difference between she disrespected me, she insulted me. The other option, I know she loves me, but probably she had something to go for now. Can you see the difference in the response? Can we see the difference in the response? Is it easy to create this? Which one? Yes, which one? The positive one is easy to create? Sure? Not easy? Why not easy? Why is it not easy? It's only a thought. It's only a thought. Over a period of time, repeated habit of creating a lower vibration has set my mind into an automated way of living, where here comes a situation and here comes my response at a lower vibration. I am living there at a lower vibration. And another very big reason for me to be living at a lower vibration is because I'm in a collective energy of a whole where most people are at that vibration. So I get influenced by that vibration. Just for a few days, I'm going to make a conscious effort to create a higher vibration, even in situations which are not my way. And which means, even if my mind says, how could she do this to me? I'll just stop, pause, and I'll say, she loves me. And my mind will say, people who love me don't do like this to me. There's a very nice conversation that goes on inside. And then I have to tell my mind, she loves me and she doesn't need to behave perfect. She can just be herself with me. And then my mind will say, what was she so busy doing that she could not pause for 10 seconds to smile? And then I have to again answer my mind. She is family to me. She doesn't need to pretend to be perfect and be politically correct every time and courteous. She can just be herself. So there is this conversation that's going to go on inside. I just need to take care. The right one wins. The right one wins. There are two thoughts which are going to go on always. And then I have to take my final decision. How am I going to behave with her now? One option could be, she doesn't want to talk to me, I'm also not interested, walk out. And when I do that, I've just chosen a lower frequency. Not just in myself, I've radiated that vibration to her, and I've also radiated out in the world. One way of living. Other option is, either she's busy or she's hurt because of something that I must have said in the past, or she's troubled inside right now. Either ways, She needs my love and care. It's not about whether she loves me or not. I love her. People may love me, people may not love me, but my control button is only on whether I love them and I respect them. How many people do we want on our list whom we love and respect? How many people on our list whom we love and respect? So every time when the mind says, they don't love me, tell your mind, never mind, I love them. And the mind says, they were not nice to me, why should I be nice to them? Tell your mind, because I love them. And then the mind says, they will take you for granted and they will always behave like this. Tell your mind, if they take me for granted, I have achieved. Do you know, if people can take your goodness for granted, it's very difficult nowadays. For someone to be able to take us for granted means you have achieved. Let the world treat you anyways. You are always going to be kind and loving. What an achievement. Don't you think that's an achievement? You don't think that's an achievement? So why do we get scared that people will take us for granted? We should be happy if people can take us for granted. Because that means I have reached a stage of unconditional love. I started with love and I continued being the loveful being irrespective of how they behaved with me. And then my feelings were not dependent on what they did to me. So I came out of the boundaries of their behaviors, their moods, their feelings. I broke the boundary. I came out of my comfort zone. I came out of my old programming which said, be nice to those who are nice to you. The rest you can leave them alone. I came out of that. And when I did that, I shifted from conditional to unconditional. Don't we love this word when we hear it? Unconditional love. How does it sound? How does it sound? And don't you think it would be a beautiful experience when we achieve it, that we are able to respect people even if they are not right to me? And what would that say about our frequency? What would that say about our frequency? If I am nice to those who are nice to me, I'm at the same frequency as them. If I'm nice to those who ignore me, I've just gone one bit higher. If I'm nice to those who wrong me, I've gone one bit higher. And if I'm nice to those who've done the worst to me, I'm an achiever. I'm an achiever. Which means now my vibration is mine, nothing to do with them. And when I do that with one person, that's the wonderful thing. If I do that with one person, so one person was at 20 frequency for me, and I worked on myself and went to 80, and then I went to work and met another person. Where was I already vibrating? Where was I already vibrating? At 80. Where did I make the effort? With only one person at home. But where does it benefit me? Where does it benefit me? Here and here and here. And very soon, let the world be where it is. I'm vibrating at. And when I'm vibrating here, it means what I am feeling is not dependent on. And when it's there, it's unconditional. It's unconditional. Now, important question. Do I want to be a one who accepts and loves people unconditionally? Do I want to be that one? Do I want to be that one? Yes? How will I benefit by loving people unconditionally? How does it benefit me? Because I want to know how I benefit. Because I have to handle so much. Be nice inside, irrespective of what people do. I have to know how I benefit. So how will I benefit if I reach a stage of unconditional love and acceptance? How would I benefit? Inner peace, one. Anything else? Happiness, once in a while? No. Happiness, always. Anyone wants to be happy always? Yes. What else? How will I benefit? By accepting them unconditionally, how will I benefit? Peace, happiness always. What else? Health. Yes. When I vibrate at a higher frequency, I radiate pure vibrations to my body. My every cell starts vibrating at a higher frequency. My every cell receives love and respect. When I hold resentment, when I hold anger, when I hold hatred here, my every cell receives that lower vibration. And it is only when the cells of my body receive a lower vibration that manifests into a disease in the body. So just by respecting them, I'm going to get healthy. So I'm going to be happy. I'm going to get healthy. Anything else? Benefit of unconditional love and acceptance? Any other benefit? Hanji? I'm going to have a beautiful, powerful family. So which means my house, my family starts vibrating at the energy of harmony. Shifting from conflict to harmony. All this I'm going to benefit. So I should be grateful to them. Thank them. Thank those who help you to raise your frequency. Do you have anyone on the screen of your mind? Do you have anyone on the screen of your mind? How many have one person on the screen of your mind? Huh? Many? Oh. But you know the wonderful part, whether it is one or whether it is many, the effort has to be done only once. Only once. I raise my frequency only once and I will benefit with everyone. Now, when I created hurt here or resentment here, why did I create that? Because I believed that their behavior was the cause of my pain. And there's a very, very, very common line, which is not true, but it's a very common line which all of us use, which is, you hurt me. Anyone sings that song once in a while? You hurt me. He hurt me. She hurt me. It's like background music in my life. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. And then sometimes, when I'm very hurt, I say, everyone hurts me. No one loves me. That's become the favorite song of many people today. No one loves me. No one loves me. And we don't even realize the damage we do to ourselves when we say this to ourselves. No one loves me. No one respects me. You know what radiates to every cell of the body? What we are radiating to the every cell of the body? Rejection. It's not about they having rejected us. It's about we rejecting ourselves by saying, no one loves me, no one respects me. Even if no one loves me, which is not true, but even if no one loves me, I need only one person to love me. I need only one person to love me, to be happy and healthy always. And what is the meaning of love yourself? What's the meaning of love yourself? Even if people are not right to me, let me be nice to myself in how I talk to myself. Even that simple example of she ignoring me, she was not nice to me, but how I talk to myself after that will decide my happiness and health. So if I choose to say to myself, she insulted me, destiny of pain and disease. But if I say to myself, never mind, she was busy. Never mind, she was not in a good mood today. Never mind, she did not feel like talking to me. So what? So, she did not feel like talking to me. Is it okay if some people don't feel like talking to us? Is it okay if people don't feel like talking to us? Does that mean I'm not a nice person? Sure. It just means they are not in a nice mood just now. But we connected their mood to our self-esteem. And we said, I am a nice person only when everyone is nice to me. So I keep seeking public approval. Love me, love me, love me, love me, respect me, love me, approve of me, accept me, appreciate me. Even my new dress has to be approved of and appreciated by everybody for it to be a nice dress. That's how much we stand for validation from people. And that's one thing which lowers my frequency. That's one thing which lowers my frequency, because then my self-esteem is dependent on everybody being nice to me. People sometimes might not be able to be nice to us, not because of who we are and how we are, but only because they are going through some internal pain. And instead of holding it against them, what should be our role? What should be our role? Heal them. Heal them, and creating that right thought heals them. So we are going to shift from being a victim to being a, we're going to shift from being a victim to being a healer. And I, the healer, when I heal myself, I heal them. And while I'm doing these simple healing techniques, I don't even realize I'm healing the world. I'm healing the world.